The wild bear population is rapidly increasing in the United States, as they are now present in all 50 states. About 10 years ago, when Americans went camping in the woods and encountered wild bears, their numbers were very few, and they were very timid when encountering humans. However, as they became dependent on human food, they grew accustomed to it and became increasingly aggressive and irritable. Wild bears began to attack households and steal food. They moved towards the city to search for food from farms and attack livestock farms, rummaging through garbage cans. The U.S. government has had to implement measures to prevent wild animals from accessing livestock farms and to protect the public. There are some simple and effective ways that we need to implement there. The first solution is in areas outside of farms. It's necessary to have a regime of sufficient food instead of providing too much food every day. By calculating the amount of food needed appropriately, we can minimize waste and avoid attracting wild bears. Minimizing food waste not only conserves resources, but also reduces the number of wild bears in the area. Excess food not only provides opportunities for wild bears, but can also alter their behavior. By reducing food waste, we can create a safer environment for livestock and prevent wild bears from encroaching on farms. This ensures that both parties can share the habitat without posing a threat to each other. Additionally, employing measures to safeguard livestock feed is also a critical solution. Steel enclosures and electric fences can be utilized to ensure that livestock feed is shielded from the access of wild bears. This not only protects the feed, but also ensures the safety of your livestock fencing. Fences can be built around livestock farms and trees. with energy panel systems supplying electricity to the fences, ensuring that there is always power to the fences. However, despite protective measures, there are still some cases where wild bears can still make their way through. They may try to steal food because they like it so much. Increased security is another important part of preventing wild bears from entering residential areas or farms, and stealing security cameras to monitor their activities. Security cameras can provide valuable information about wild bear behavior, helping you take appropriate precautions. If you spot a wild bear nearby, take appropriate security measures such as running as fast as possible and informing people around you of the situation. Please quickly contact the security agency so they can assist you in handling the situation. In addition to these measures, hunting is also one of the most widely used measures in the U.S. states. Hunting has become an important part of countermeasures against wild bear attacks. This is a task that not only requires professionalism, but also ensures the safety of humans and the wildlife when dealing with wild bears. Hunters have an important role in finding and capturing them. There are often people with in-depth knowledge of bear behavior and ecology, along with advanced hunting skills. Hunters are trained to identify wild bear tracks, their expressions, and predict potential bear actions to ensure the safety of the natural environment. Placing cameras in areas where wild bears are known to monitor their behavior, as well as placing containers containing their favorite food, can help bears appear more quickly in their presence. Wild bear hunting is a process that requires precision and patience. Hunters use hunting tools and safe support methods to catch the number of bears they will travel in groups so that they can promptly assist each other during the hunt. The ultimate goal of hunting wild bears is not to completely eliminate the species, but to ensure that wild bears and humans can share the same habitat without posing a threat to each other. American farmers devote their time and knowledge to doing this work carefully and mathematically, playing a vital role in maintaining the balance between humans and nature, as well as in the fight against wild bear attacks. If you like these measures, leave the number 1. Otherwise, leave the number 0 in the comment section below. Favorable weather conditions have created an ideal environment for the proliferation of the mouse population. With abundant rainfall and warm climate, it's as if Mother Nature has bestowed upon us a signal allowing them to thrive vigorously. However, mice also benefit from the plentiful food sources available for their consumption. The bountiful harvest season has resulted in surplus grains and abundant supply, spreading across rural areas to meet their erratic dietary needs. The reproductive capacity of mice is remarkable. Each mouse can produce from 4 to 6 litters per year, with each litter consisting of 6 to 10 pups, which is an impressive number. The rapid population growth rate only exacerbates the situation further. To cope with the devastation caused by mice, resourceful individuals have devised simple traps to minimize damage. These makeshift devices come at minimal cost, requiring only $5 to $10 for materials and using the favorite food of rodents to lure them in. By strategically placing them in areas frequented by mice, they have demonstrated wisdom in defeating these cunning rodents. The traps are set at night and harvested in the morning, a smart tactic employed in China. The 2022 rat plague caused more than $1 billion in damage to the agricultural industry. This reality underscores the urgency for creative solutions to address this problem before it further damages crops and livelihoods in the United States. Rats are known for their elusive behavior, often hiding underground during the day and venturing out at night in search of food. small rodents devastated more than 10,000 acres of crops in California after farmers finished harvesting. They have adopted a unique method to combat rat infestations by using plows to remove rats from the soil and train hunting dogs to track and capture them. This strategy has proven to be one of the most effective methods for controlling rats, according to the National Invasive Species Information Center. In the United States, approximately 100 million invasive rats are captured annually, a staggering number that includes many different species of rats. The government's efforts to manage these issues reflect the determination of American farmers to protect crops and ensure food security. According to estimates by the Australian Department of Agriculture and Water, eliminating rats is not an easy task because they are small and extremely agile. Farmers often use shotguns to hunt rats. In Australia, about 5 million wild rats are hunted each year. Government and state authorities determine the number of wild rats destroyed based on many factors, including the number of rats, the extent of damage, and the effectiveness of control measures. Rat extermination methods in 2020 in India reached unprecedented numbers, with more than 2,200,000 tons of rice destroyed. Notably, a portion of the mice caught has been processed into a special dish. Grilled rat meat has become a unique dish and is available in many markets and restaurants across India. Each year, according to estimates by the Indian government, about 200,000 tons of grilled rat meat are consumed. The rat meat consumed is equivalent to about 1.5 billion rats. This consumption not only changes the landscape of rat populations, but also has a significant impact on the environment. In some other countries, it goes further by releasing the virus into mice and letting them return to the wild. This method aims to control rat populations by allowing the virus to spread naturally and reducing rat numbers. Do you think this approach is the most effective? Leave a 1 if you agree. Otherwise, leave a 0 if you disagree, and don't forget to share your opinion with us. Currently, managing and controlling freshwater prawns has become a challenge for many economies and natural environments globally. After being aware of the risks and impacts of giant freshwater prawns, many measures have been implemented to resolve this situation. Among those measures, crayfish fishing and using natural traps are considered the simplest and most effective methods, requiring direct human intervention to reduce crayfish populations. In this way, grayling populations can be controlled more effectively, and their impact on the natural environment can also be reduced. In Florida, the state government has implemented a number of crayfish control measures, including placing traps in areas where crayfish are abundant. This is considered one of the effective ways to reduce local crayfish populations and prevent them from colonizing the natural environment. The number of crayfish nesting in many places has created negative impacts on the environment and local communities. According to statistics, only in Florida, USA, it is estimated that more than 1 million crayfish exist, while in Europe, the number of crayfish is estimated to be about 200 million. The rapid growth of this species has raised serious questions about how to control and reduce its negative impact on the environment. Economical crayfish traps are an effective tool used to control and reduce crayfish populations. Using this trap cage is very simple and effective. This can be done using bait or food that crayfish prefer. One of the common ways to use crayfish traps is to use bait with the type of fish they like to eat, such as grayling. When putting fish into the cage, shrimp will be attracted by the aroma and flavor of the fish. Then they will enter the cage to look for food. In addition to using fish as bait, traps can also use cucumbers or some other fruits and vegetables as bait. Since crayfish are capable of eating anything, using these types of foods can also be very effective. Just put other vegetables in the cage, then tie the cage tightly and drop it where there are crayfish. An important point when using trap cages is to make sure to place the cage in areas where crayfish are often active. When releasing the cage, the shrimp will be attracted by the bait and enter the cage to eat. When there are enough shrimp in the cage, just wait a while and then pick them up. Using cage traps is an effective method to control crayfish populations, helping to minimize their negative impact on the environment and local communities. By using a variety of baits, we can increase our ability to attract shrimp and achieve better performance in controlling their populations. Besides using cage traps, another method to control crayfish populations is to catch them by hand. This method is not only effective but also brings a unique experience to participants. Hand-catching crayfish is not just a simple population control measure, but also creates a unique interaction between humans and nature. Participants often have access to shallow waters where crayfish are often active, thereby gaining a deeper experience of the species and a greater awareness of their impact on the environment and local communities. Hand-catching crayfish can also be considered a way to educate and raise awareness about this species. These experiences help people understand the importance of controlling crayfish populations and protecting the shallow water environments experienced by grayling populations. At the same time, this interaction also provides opportunities for everyone to participate in asking questions and learning about related issues, especially in the context of crayfish consumption and cuisine becoming a popular trend. Crayfish catches not only provide a delicious food source, but also play an important role in controlling the species population. After catching, crayfish are often transferred to clean processing facilities and then processed into attractive dishes. This has generated significant growth in the food and culinary industry and has resulted in more effective control of grayling populations, supported by many organizations and the crayfish hunting community. Large cooking events are often held, where crayfish are cooked in large quantities and neighbors are invited to participate. This can be considered a kind of celebration aimed at promoting the use of crayfish and creating awareness about the value of the species and the cuisine. Although the consumption of crayfish has increased significantly, the population of this species has so far been controlled through measures such as artisanal fishing using traps and raising awareness about the harmful effects of crayfish. More. The negative impact of this species on the environment and its ecosystem or other local species has been significantly reduced. If you like eating crayfish, how do you often prepare this dish? Please share your opinion in the comments section below. If you like eating crayfish, how do you often prepare this dish? Please share your opinion in the comments section below. Baboons, with their intelligence and agility, have become an increasingly serious problem in Arabia. From attacking people and stealing food to disrupting public order, their presence has caused worrying problems in the community. If you are excited about this content, please leave number 1 below in the comments section. One of the biggest problems is baboon attacks on humans. Not only does it endanger the health and safety of local residents, it also causes anxiety and discomfort in daily life. In addition, monkeys often steal food from people and even destroy personal property. Another problem is their ability to cause disorder and chaos. Baboons often attack traffic, blocking vehicles and causing dangerous situations for drivers and passengers. Their sudden appearance can increase the risk of traffic accidents and cause serious damage to both people and property. To solve this problem, one solution we propose is to use contraceptive pills for monkeys mixed into food. This can reduce their reproduction and thereby reduce the number of monkeys in the population. However, careful research needs to be conducted to ensure that this method does not cause negative impacts on the monkey's health or the environment. By combining population control measures for monkeys and improving their habitat management, we can hope that the issue of baboons in Arabia will be effectively and sustainably addressed.